I meet a man on Tinder. His name is Ian. Once again, we don't use aliases because if you don't want me talking shit about you on the internet, don't be a shitty person. So this man is talking to me, and nothing is too crazy, but I've kind of gotten into this point, and this was at a point where I was just kind of going out with like most people, just because I feel like it's a lot easier to like figure out if I even want to waste my time with you after like 1 hour of a date. So, we go out. We decide to meet for Mexican food. I love Mexican food. We sit down. We get seated at this like little booth in the back corner. And the waitress starts to come up. And she just goes, "Hi, how can I?" And like as she is talking, he completely interrupts her. And he goes, "2 margaritas, please." At least he used the word please. But also, you cut her off. And you didn't even ask me if I wanted one. I hate tequila. But I just kind of was like, at this point, I've already decided I don't like you. So this is going to be quick. So she comes back. And as she comes back, she just goes, "Can I?" And he goes to say, "I would love a couple minutes to read over the menu." And I just go, "I'll take a salad." He might too. Just, you want to put words in my mouth, I'll do it back. And he just goes, "Actually, no, I'll do the tacos." And he just goes, "Wow, that was pretty quick." And I was like, "Well, I was just kind of following your lead with the margaritas there, but it works." So I am waiting for this food because at this point I am like, let me eat, let me get out of here.
So instead of communicating, he wasn't even trying to be rude, is what it sounds like. But instead of communicating, you try to be passive aggressive. And he said, "Hold on, slow up. This is what I want," which is what you should have done. That's what I'm saying. Modern women, they want a certain thing. And then when a man, I don't want that specifically. I don't even like it. Modern women continue to say, "Well, I want a man to order for me. I want him to do this, 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 and this." So you never really truly know, right? Now, the approach I would have taken, obviously she can order for herself. I'm not going to do that. And some women would probably been like, "Well, I like my man to order for me." Well, I'm not the man for you. I'm going to be who I am.
He just starts talking to me, and he is just talking at me. I wouldn't even say to me. He was talking at me. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's fine. And he is, just talking about like, he goes to school here, or he went here, and he works at whatever, and all these dreams that he has for the future. Now, mind you, like, if you are going to literally just talk about yourself the entire time, it better be interesting. And this was probably the most like average man I have ever met in my life. Again, not a problem. However, there was no like, "Oh, what about you?" It was just like, "Oh, this and then that." And then he talked about his ex-girlfriend for a minute, and it like didn't seem like it was like a, "Oh, I'm still into her." It was like "Oh, she's so crazy." And I was like, it's probably you. I'm a girl's girl, but go on, So we get to the very end of the date. We sit there for literally, I want to say 2 hours. I could not get him to like shut up enough for me to, get through this quicker. Even though the food got delivered at like the 45-minute mark. And so at one point, like, I realized he's not getting the hint. So I just asked for a box. And he's like, "Oh, were you done?" I was like, yeah. "Are you?" "No, of course not." So we get the box. He pays for the food. I'm like, "Thank you so much for dinner." And then, at the very end, we go to the cars, and he's like, "I'd love to go out with you again." And this is probably the shittiest thing I've ever said on a date, but I don't even care. I looked at him, and I was like, "Okay, tell me one thing about me." And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Tell me one thing about me that you learned today that you did not learn from my profile." And he goes, "Well, we didn't get that." And I was like, "No, you didn't get that far." I was like, "You weren't done talking about yourself." I was like, "All you did was tell me about you." And he's like, "Well, we could do that on the next one." I was like, If I'm going to be really honest, I think that you are looking for a therapist, not a girlfriend. You are not ready for this because a relationship goes both ways. You have zero interest in me. You probably have zero interest in everyone you take out. You just want to not feel lonely."
So when they put this stuff out, they think they sound smart, and they actually don't. The way it probably went was, he was talking about himself the whole time, and I couldn't get a word in. She could get a word in. If she couldn't get a word in, then she wouldn't have ordered the salads, right? You remember when she ordered the salad earlier. You're making it seem like he was talking nonstop. And actually, he was probably talking, "So we want this, this, and this." He was trying to take the initiative, is what he thought he was doing, is what it sounds like. I thought I was, being what a woman wants. That's what I thought. And so you communicate and you say, "Well, to be honest, I would have liked Well, yeah, I would love to see you again. Okay. And by the way, I appreciate you taking me out, but I did kind of want to discuss a few things that, I thought was kind of, maybe a little bit over the top. And I'm not trying to be, rude, but I did feel like when I was ordering, I kind of like to order my own thing. I know a lot of women, they want a man to kind of take charge in that area and, pay for the date. Let me sit there and be quiet and you order everything for me, and my man just knows what I want. But I think it's okay if, we kind of order our own thing. I think it's all right if we build chemistry right now. Also, I kind of felt like I didn't do a lot of talking. I felt like it was just kind of you doing most of the talking. And he, you know what? He would have probably been apologetic, because that's what it sounds like, right? I don't think that you're ready to date. I think that you have a very, very bad attitude, if I were to be honest, which, you're not alone. A lot of modern women do. You have I know you probably think, and you're calling people average looking like that. Dude, come on now. Come on now. Don't do that. You got to be careful. That's what I'm saying. Modern women have reckless behavior. They have reckless attitudes. They have reckless mouths. And so they feel comfortable talking about how average the dude was, looking like a penguin. Looking like a penguin. What is it? Danny DeVito off of, I don't think is it Batman Returns? I can't remember. Come on. And I'm not even trying to be rude about it. I don't even want to go there, but come on now. Y'all got to be more self-aware than this. This is what I'm saying. What modern women today are not self-aware, looking like you look. Looking like you look. Come on now.
My friend's boyfriend surprised her up with a trip to Cabo. You didn't even plan a dinner.
I asked you what you wanted to do. You said nothing special.
You shouldn't have to ask. If he wanted to, he would.
That's a TikTok quote, not a relationship strategy.
It's common sense. A real man anticipates his woman's needs.
A real adult uses their words. I am a partner, not a mind reader.
So it's my fault you put zero effort in?
I put effort into reality, paying the mortgage, building our investments. I don't put effort into guessing games.
I just wanted to feel special without having to beg for it.
Asking for what you want isn't begging, it's maturity. Romance requires communication. Silence requires a psychic. If you wanted to communicate, you would. Keep watching TikTok. I'm going to work.
I've seen a lot of Black women get on TikTok talking about how men don't approach them. And I get that, girl, because nobody approaches me. Men, women, none of them approach me, right? And there's a few reasons why it won't work. One, you may look intimidating, right? Two, you might have a resting bitch face. Apparently, I look scary when I go outside. Like, I don't want nobody bothering me, so I guess I'll be making faces and shit. Cool. Three, these men don't know how to court women. They don't know how to approach women and say, excuse me, miss, da-da-da, this is my name, what's your name? Can I have your number? Can I take you out? They don't know how to do that. They wasn't taught that. They wasn't raised that way. Okay, it's nothing personal. Or they just simply don't like you, and that's okay. That's okay, right? It's not a big deal. However, in the comment section of these videos, I'm seeing a lot of women say, go watch Ashley Dalton, I think that's her name, videos and da-da-da. So I click on the name, and I don't see her. I see a whole bunch of other Black women talking about her content and how when they feel like going outside looking however, that they remember what Ashley says and they want to be presentable for men. Girl, that is male-centered bullshit. What do you mean? If I go outside, I'm going outside looking how I want to look because I look how I want to look. I don't care who see me, who don't see me, who may like it, who may not like it. That's not my problem. I'm very confused as to why the fuck y'all want to be a whole bunch of male-centered women. It's throwing me off. It is. Get it? I don't get it. And then, of course, the women who are like falling into this are like, oh, you know, the 30-inch bust down. They don't like that. Girl, fuck y'all. Do what you want to do, babes. If they want to approach you, they're going to approach you. The same women who get on this bitch saying that shit be the same women begging men to love them in the DMs. Okay? Don't waste your time on that. It's not worth it. I don't get approached either. That's okay, right? People typically shoot their shot on social media. More people are more likely to be like, hey, can I have your social media? And then shoot their shot when they're no longer in my face than they are to be like, hey, how you doing, miss? My name is da da da. Or they just stare at me. Fucking weirdos. Ugh.
Well, that's why with this attitude, y'all keep on getting approached by the wrong men. Because you have a terrible attitude. You have a horrible attitude. And you're wondering why people don't take you seriously.
What do you want from a man in this world?
Love.
You had
I want love. I want companion. You make it seem like people can't outgrow each other.
Well,
I mean,
no, ma'am. No,
let's
stop right there. Stop right there. I didn't make it seem like a damn thing. I said you had that. And it's your responsibility as a wife to keep it going.
And it's also a husband too.
It is, see, that, thank you. Do you guys hear this? This is the problem that tends to happen in our relationships. It's 50-50 instead of 100. Did you do your 100% best to make sure that your marriage and your relationship lasted?
Yes, my husband wanted me to stay home. I figured like since I went to school, I worked hard for my degree and my career. Why should I have to give it up? Especially when I don't have any kids.
Okay. So your husband wanted you to stay home and you wanted to go to work.
Yes. My father raised me to
hold
be
on,
independent.
listen. Then you're giving up a husband for possibilities in the world and your career. Okay.
And this thing about you can outgrow somebody, that to me, that just don't make any sense. Because you're supposed to grow together. And modern women continue to do this. Oh, well, I just outgrew him. I just outgrew the situation. He's a good guy. He's providing. And I can see if you're talking about a bum. You're talking about a guy that ain't doing nothing. Really not doing anything. Not well, I felt like, and the mental load that I was taking on. I'm talking about he really wasn't doing nothing. And so I say, yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of taking off him. Y'all think outgrowing means, because I took a couple of classes on deeper energetic meditation from some weirdo out in the hills of California who is living in a van, rolling around, don't even really have a lot of water to drink a lot of times. You giving them $1,500 every 2 weeks. And now they done spruce that van up. Got a camper. Oh shoot, last time when I first started with you were in just like a small little van out in the middle of nowhere. Now you got your own house over here, and now you got a traveling RV to where if you want to, it's all decked out. You can come see your clients in person and that sort of thing. Wow, you've come a long way. Yeah, because idiots like you were giving her your money for nothing, just because she laid out in the van and said, man, I really need something to drink. Let me concoct some sort of scheme to start getting these women to pay. I know what I'll do. I'll go in and talk about something mystical far out there, something that I know good and well ain't real. And I'm gonna say I have the connection to the divine and magical powers and all that other stuff. And then I'm just gonna keep on. And this is what modern women think. This is why modern women, they try to do the same thing to men, because they think men are gonna fall for this. They think if I keep on saying something is worth it, then it must be worth it. If I keep on saying that I'm worth $1,500, somebody will be like, man, why is she worth $1,500? What's that about? And then they're going to go and buy it. If they're well within right now, if they don't have the money, I want to, but I can't. If I get my taxes, I will. If I get my check, I will. But right now, I can't afford it. If that's the case, I'm close, then I'm going to try it. And I'm going to leave my review. But by the time you leave your review and she say, man, results are going to vary, but you got to be with me for about 3 or 4 months. You got to think, even if she signs up 5 clients for $1,500 a month, okay? 5 of them, which y'all will do, she's sitting at $7,500. So she said it's going to take about 3 months to do this inner work and this healing, at least. And that's just her first cohort. And if she don't have some sort of system set up, 7,500 times 3, she's already made 22,000. She's already at 22,500. You see how deep the scam can get? And then after 3 months, people are not going to leave a bad review. They're going to be like, I feel so empowered. Because modern women they know how to talk BS to each other. And they're going to tell their friends. Mind you, she's already made 22,500. Right? That's close to, that's in 3 months. That's half the salary of an average person. Okay? If she does that 6 more months, times 2, that's 45K. If she does that another 3 more months for 9 months, right? Now she's sitting at, no, that's not right. We'll do it times 3. She's sitting at 67.5. She's sitting at 67.5. If she does this for an entire year, she's sitting at 90K at least. And this is just taking 5 people at a time.
The fastest way to lose a good man isn't cheating.
Yeah.
It's becoming his biggest source of stress instead of his peace. Men don't leave because someone prettier came along. They leave because home became harder than the world. When a man is dealing with work pressure, financial stress, the weight of providing, he needs one place to breathe. That place should be you, but modern women forgot this. They compete with their man instead of complimenting him. They challenge every decision, question his leadership, turn conversations into debates.
Yeah.
That's not partnership. That's exhausting. They compete with their man instead of complimenting him. They challenge every decision. A man doesn't need you to be his therapist or his mother. He needs you to be his woman.
Right.
Soft where the world is hard, warm where everything else is cold. Loyal when everyone else is conditional. When a woman makes home undefeated. When she feeds him, desires him, chooses him daily. A man doesn't even see other women, not because he can't, but because nothing out there competes with what he has at home. Loyalty isn't a promise, it's a reality you create. If your man is distant, ask yourself, am I adding to his peace or his problems? Make home his sanctuary or watch him find peace somewhere else.
A female narcissist will abandon anyone, even her closest family, without hesitation or remorse when they no longer serve her needs, challenge her false self, or threaten her control. She may be deeply enmeshed one day, playing the role of devoted mother, daughter, or sister, and then completely cuts someone off the next, often without explanation. This sudden discard isn't emotional for her, it's strategic. Her relationships are transactional, and when the supply runs dry or someone sees behind the mask, she detaches without guilt. She'll rewrite the narrative in her head to make herself the victim and justify her abandonment. And she won't look back, not because she's strong or independent, but because she lacks empathy. Her focus immediately shifts to the next person who can provide her with attention, admiration, or control. To her, people are replaceable. The pain she causes doesn't register because in her world, only her feelings matter.
I don't even know if you can call this narcissistic at this point. That's just the way that a lot of these modern women operate. I mean, they do things on a whim. They do things basically based on an emotional whim. They're not even trying to hide it. Listen, I'm coming into this relationship, but I will leave the moment I feel like it's not serving me. Exactly. I will leave when I feel like it doesn't serve me. Not, hey, I'm going to serve this man. I feel like we're not serving each other. I don't feel like I'm serving you. I don't feel like you're serving me. Hey, this is a one-sided equation. I'm going to leave when I get what I get, and I don't feel like I'm going to get it anymore. So I'm going to try to find it somewhere else and then reset the clock. That's what a lot of modern women do. They get divorced. They stay with a man probably about 10 to 15 years. And I let that marriage run its course. I've had some good times. I've gone out on some nice dates, some nice vacations, had kids, the whole 9 yards. I feel fulfilled. I feel like, I got all of what I needed out of that relationship, everything I could. But now I'm on to bigger and better things, greener pastures. And this time, because I was with my ex-husband and we had kids and everything and we had a nice house, I'm looking to go just above that. I'm looking to upgrade. So I'm looking for the man that I want to have all of that stuff and a little bit more. Never mind, I'm coming in with 3 kids, divorced, don't really have any money to my name. I want a man that's going to provide all of that stuff for me.
Now she's saying stuff like, you know what? I want to keep myself for marriage. That's going to shrink her pool down. I want to be celibate until I get married. That's going to shrink her pool down. I want a man that honors God first. That's going to shrink her pool down. I want a man that loves God so deeply that he got to pass through God's heart to get to my heart. That's going to shrink her pool down. I want a man that understands stewardship. That's going to shrink her pool down. So she starts feeling that way. And she starts having that desire. It is going to make her pool very strong. And she may be single for a season. And that's okay, because singleness is not a curse. And marriage is not the promised land.
Well, for her, a relationship is the promised land. And you can't go to the promised land without any requirements. When you're trying to go to the promised land, there are instructions. So yes, it is the promised land for a lot of these women. They want to be married, but they have to accept the fact that they can't get married because they're not good partners. They're not good people. So you can't get to where you want to get because you're not a good person. To be in a relationship, it requires for you to be doing your part. A lot of modern women think their part is just sitting there sipping lemonade by the pool.
I'm not sure why loving women has to look like condoning every action a woman does and never criticizing women in general. Because I've been called a pick-me many times on my account. If I cared, you would know I really don't care. I mean, it's just engagement. But the fact that I'm being called a pick-me because I'm discouraging and even telling women straight up that it's wrong to just hate men overall. It's actually wrong to be a misandrist. It's actually wrong. It's incorrect. And you are not better than men. Inherently, you're not. Being called a pick-me for that is really funny. And to assume that I don't care about women because I'm willing to tell them the truth is just gleefully funny to me. I'm sorry. It is funny, and I'm not going to stop doing it because I love women enough to actually genuinely try to help them. And I'm telling you right now, if your life looks like openly and even internally hating men just for being male, you are not going to have successful relationships with men. It's just the truth.
And that's what men keep on trying to tell modern women. How you live your life is not healthy. It's not a healthy way to do things. It really isn't. I know you probably think that it is. I know you probably feel like you're justified in doing it. And I know you probably feel like because you're in therapy, it's okay to keep on doing it. It's not. It's not. You're a loser.
She got red hair. I know she get food stamps. I'll sell them.
He said EBT. I don't get food stamps. Make too much money.
You make too much money.
They ain't fucking around. They ain't dead ass right now.
See, I don't want a woman that make a lot of money because they're gonna be very, I make too much money and want to talk shit all
I gotta take care of myself.
day.
I don't depend on a man to take care of me.
Well, you supposed to depend on a man to take care of you.
No,
yes, you do.
Dependable.
So
okay.
what do you
hold on. We didn't get to the reason she didn't pop. So like, why you pop your balloon up? Too many kids and 3 possibles. You don't know if they're yours.
Man, we all of y'all.
He just giving it out.
What's your body count? What's your body count?
Why does that matter? It's under 5.
It matters because
it's under 5, and I have 0 kids, boo. 0 kids.
0 kids don't
0
mean.
kids it's under 5.
0 kids don't mean you ain't. Doesn't mean your fertility is.
Oh, what the?
You got a dead course between your thighs.
Ever wonder why the number of single moms is skyrocketing? It's not because women are more open now, and it's not just because their exes were trash. Let me tell you a story that will change how you see the dating market forever. Section 1, the main character delusion. Meet Anna. She's stunning, the kind of woman who turns heads. Her husband? Just an average Joe, a 9-to-5 guy who didn't really get romance and barely made bank. But that's not why they split. Anna had a secret fan club of pursuers while she was still married. These guys gassed her up so much she actually believed she was the ultimate prize. She thought, if I'm this wanted while married, imagine how I'll be when I'm single. Section 2, the reality check. She picked a fight over a tiny detail, demanded a divorce, and left her husband and kids behind. But the moment the ink dried on the papers, the Prince Charmings vanished. She realized those guys weren't looking for a happily ever after. They were looking for a quick meal. She spent months getting played, hopping from one guy to the next, searching for the one, only to find herself alone with a kid and a shattered ego. Section 3, the $2 ride theory. Here's the cold, hard truth. Why was she a magnet while married, but toxic property once she was single? It's simple economics. Why would anyone pay $50,000 for a car they can ride for $2? When she was married, her husband was paying the bills, providing the stability, and doing the heavy lifting. The other guys got the benefits for free. They didn't have to be the sugar daddy or the sucker taking care of her. Section 4, the loyalty tax. Beyond the money, there's the loyalty red flag. These guys aren't stupid. They saw her cheat on or abandon a man who was actually trying. In their heads, it's simple. If she did it to him, she'll do it to me. She traded a boring, safe life for a fantasy that never existed. Now, she's not a liberated woman. She's just another casualty of her own ego. The grass isn't greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. Don't confuse attention with intention. Most of those guys in your DMs aren't trying to build a life with you. They're just looking for a free sample.
You want to prevent your boyfriend or husband from cheating on you? Listen up, because this is going to sting a little. These are the 5 rules to live by, ladies. 5 rules and 5 rules alone. I promise you it is simple. Just shut up, buckle up, and listen up for a second. Number 1, put out. Give him your kitty. Not every day, sure, but often, and enough that he feels desired. And it has to come from you. Do it because you want to. Initiate it sometimes. Surprise him. Make him feel like a damn man. Number 2, cook for him. The fastest way to a man's heart, it's not necessarily lingerie. It is home cooked food that tastes delicious. If you are a grown woman saying, I don't know how to cook, I want to slap you in the face. That is not cute. That is lazy. Learn, figure it out. YouTube and Pinterest exist for a reason. Meal made with love hits deeper than anything. Stop ordering takeout. Stop going to fast food. Stop. Number 3, clean the damn house, okay? Men live in an organized chaos, but nobody wants to come home to a pigsty. And if you don't live together yet, go to his house, surprise him, clean it up, make it smell good in all the right places, show him that your presence add peace, not pressure. And if you're his wife and you've stopped doing this, number 4, be respectful. I don't care how sexy or successful you are. The second you start disrespecting your man, he's halfway out the door. Do not embarrass him in public. Do not talk down to him. Respect is oxygen to a man. Without it, you die. And number 5, give him peace. He doesn't want to come home to constant nagging and criticism. He wants silence and softness and support. Stop nitpicking everything he's not doing right in your eyes. Start appreciating what he is doing. You say you want a loyal man, then be the freaking woman worth being loyal to. It is not that complicated, ladies. Y'all are starting to piss me off.
I mean, Lauren, it sounds like you're trying to get this woman to serve this man, like to cater to him. Sounds like you're trying to get this woman to act like she actually likes this man. I don't know if that was ever the goal.
The concept of a woman thinking that my man doesn't cheat is so crazy, because in a way she is right. Her man isn't cheating because he hasn't had the opportunity to. I don't think a lot of women take into account, I say this constantly a lot, there is not enough good men for every good woman, right? So even if you're the exception, you're not the rule. But to a lot of women who say, oh, my man would never, he either has just not gotten caught or he hasn't got the chance to. Think about this. I had one guy, and even though he was evil, I will always thank him for this. He said, be for real. If your husband had the chance and he knew he could get away with it and you wouldn't know, you don't think he would go for it? You really think he would stay loyal? And when you put into perspective and how society is and how this is a man's world again, they can do whatever they want. Even the more body counts they get, they're praised and all that, la la la. But you're whatever the hell. You really don't think that he's gonna want to have his cake and eat it too. Like, I think about this all the time, and I don't understand how a woman can ever think that she's the exception. I actually think that's the problem. When you actually expect to be the exception to something, that's when everything goes to hell. Because at this point, you're thinking from a privileged mindset. You're lucky to not have to go through that.
When I talk about this, I'm talking about a general sense because I really feel like men and women both cheat at a high rate now. And there's stats to prove it. Back then, women didn't cheat as much. But right now, 47% of men cheat and 42 or 40% of women cheat. So that means women are getting up there. So I want to talk about both. When I watch those videos about loyalty tests and you see the man or the woman cheating, it makes me disgusted. When I see those videos where the couple's passing by and they're like, hey, let's go through your phone. And the person, come on, baby, no, we're good, honey. We don't want you to see the phone. And they over here shaking and trembling. I don't put nothing past nobody no more. I will never sit here and say my partner will never, my person will never. Why? Because she is true to a certain extent. There's men out here who will never cheat. There's women out here who will never cheat. But there's also a group of people, which is men and women, that when they get put into certain situations, or maybe they have a little bit to drink, they might start talking a little different. They might, pretend or act like they don't have a partner. I'm pretty sure we see all these fucking shows, Love Island and all these other things, yo. You see how people move. There's a lot of people who don't have morals, don't have standards, and don't give a fuck about their partner. Cheating is at an all-time high. I don't know why it's normalized. I wish it wasn't. I wish people respected their own partner. In my mind, I truly believe that there's women and men out here that are so good, they don't care about that type of stuff. I truly believe that when some people pick their person, that's just how it is. But I think it's delusional to think that somebody in this world, would never cheat. I'm not saying every man would cheat and every woman would cheat. I just think that you have to see it to believe it yourself. I'm that type of person. I know it sounds bad, but this is so bad. You're guilty until proven innocent. So in my opinion, if a woman comes up to you or a woman talks to you and you don't dismiss it and you're constantly inviting that, and same thing for women, that's how I'm going to look at you. That's the reason why when I first meet people, I never expect somebody to be the greatest person and be as loyal to me as I would expect them to be, because people are people, y'all.
Well, I think we always talk about cheating physically, but we have a lot of these ladies out here that entertain men on a daily basis, and it's extremely light flirting, but then it might progress to, sometimes they keep them at a distance, but really if you look at it, that's their work husband. If you look at it, or they might have a networking meeting and they might have a client or something like that, but really that's her favorite client. And when you start looking and seeing what they're doing, then you can kind of see the chemistry, or I should say that there's some sort of attraction there. A lot of times modern women don't want to talk about that, right? If you don't think this is going to happen, you don't think that's going to happen. Modern women are doing that type of stuff. Right. So, men and women cheat. And like she was saying, you also have women, because statistically speaking, because they have their own bag and they can do whatever they want now. In hookup culture, I feel like you just kind of, a lot of people are just kind of getting to the point to where they're like, I see what I like. I see something that looks really, really good. And I'm just gonna go out there and take a look at it. And they do. And so that's unfortunately kind of the way it is.
Here are some simple reasons why you're not getting approached by dudes. All right. Listen, a lot of times it's a lot more simple than you think. Number one, simply, he sees you as too attractive. He probably sees you, to the beauty standard, maybe out of his league. He probably thinks that you because you are very attractive, he thinks that, you get hit on all the time. So why even bother approaching? Number two, if he does see you as very attractive, he also thinks that because you're very attractive, okay, you probably have a boyfriend. You probably have a boyfriend. So it's like, hey, look, she probably got a dude, and she gonna tell me and reject me anyway, so I'm not even gonna bother going up and approach her. Number three, a lot of times, believe it or not, ladies, y'all don't be looking as approachable as you think. All right. If you look closed off, like you don't want to be bothered by nobody, You know what I mean? And you out with your friends like, yo, dude, he gonna just be respectful. He not gonna be trying to come up to you. So make it to where you look approachable to him and he'll approach you. Like a shift part 2.
I need to say this plainly. What we are watching on social media, in online culture, and across popular platforms every day is not empowerment. It's not freedom. It's not even confidence. It is public glorification of disorder, sexual chaos, and rebellion. And it is damaging women, misleading men, and confusing the next generation. And I refuse to stay silent about it. Welcome back to Family Still Matters. I'm Deborah. Today's message has one purpose: to expose destructive cultural patterns, to call women back to responsibility, and to warn men before they attach their lives to chaos. This is where the problem begins. Refinement has been replaced with exaggeration. And I'm going to give you a small example. There used to be a time when you wanted to refine the fact that your lashes were thin, and you would have someone to come and do it properly and insert just a few lashes to fill yours out. Now we have people just plucking on thick lashes that look like horse lashes on their eyes. And that's such an exaggeration. And they want to make you think it's refinement. No. That refinement where you once put a few lashes in there to enhance your own has now become complete exaggeration. Then we have enhancement has turned into masking. Makeup was once used by women to enhance the beauty you already have, not to mask it by putting so much makeup on that a person doesn't even know the shape or the structure of your nose, your lips, or even your skin color. And then femininity has turned into performance. Women are just performing just to get the man gripped. And then once you get him, I'm not submitting, I'm not doing this. Okay? When appearance interferes with your hygiene, function, and order, that is not beauty. It is disorder on display. And what I'm speaking about is, it's nothing wrong with having a manicure, having your nails long if you want them, wearing acrylics. But my question, and I often wonder, because I know when I used to wear them, they were cumbersome. I would have to put on gloves in order to cook, because it's no way in the world and I'm going to be preparing food for my family or cleaning up and you got crud that even if you clean up under them, it's still unsanitary. So I'm wondering, how many of you are really, are you clean? Are you keeping your body clean? Are you keeping under those nails clean?
And she's cooking. She's cooking. So far, there's so many elements of cleanliness that modern women continue to bash men on. You don't even do this. It's the basic this, it's the basic that. But a lot of them do have nails like that. A lot of them do have this. They do the stuff that she's talking about, and it's unsanitary. It's unsightly. It's unbecoming. It's gross. Modern women, they look but don't have the essence of a true woman. They really don't. I know you like to think that you do. You do not at all.
If they're so long that you can't keep them clean and prevent from transferring bacteria and germs from place to place, because we know we have to do some things hygienically. And if you're doing that without wearing gloves, because if you're doing that and you got real long acrylic nails and you're not wearing gloves, disposable gloves, every time you take yourself to the bathroom, you need to do that. Because there's a cost and the consequences if you want to wear those long nails and still be considered hygienically clean and able to function. And as I said, when your appearance interferes with your hygiene, function, and order, it is no longer beauty. It is disorder on display. Makeup was meant to enhance, not disguise. I have seen women who look totally different when they wash all that makeup off. And the man doesn't even know what you look like, really. So what I'm talking about is the importance that presentation.
And this is something that I talked to my wife about, actually. If you look long enough, you can see, oh, this woman's not really all that cute. It's the makeup that's doing the heavy lifting, right? And then you have some women where they have the elements of beauty, but they're not. And I know it sounds weird, but that's just the way it is. They have the element, like, oh, they have nice eyes, or they might have pretty hair, or, they might have a certain lip shape or cheekbones. They have the elements, but it's like the elements don't come together. Like if I put mashed potatoes, butter, and milk in the mixer or whatever, I mix it up, you should get relatively decent mashed potatoes. I added salt, I added pepper, I added onion powder. You should get something that is relatively respectable. But because some people don't know how to cook, the potatoes might still be hard. You can't mash them down all the way. You might have put too much salt, not enough pepper. The butter, it just, the butter looks good, or it is good. But then you have the heavy cream, which is spoiled. And so you don't know how to put those elements together, and you don't look good. And like I said, if a man really starts to pay attention, he can see, oh, this woman has all this on, but she's not that cute. And then I'm listening to her, I know what type of woman she is. She's not a good person.
Was meant to reflect self-respect. It was meant to reflect your enhancement in beauty, not to confuse a person. And now we got so much disorder. And it's a warning. It's a warning sign. And here's what is being celebrated now. You got women bragging about how many men they've had sex with in a day. And those are not only women only. We got women thinking it's important to brag about high body counts, to mock modesty to the point that they got everything out, to frame marriage as slavery and prostitution. I heard somebody say that being married is you nothing but a unpaid prostitute. To see somebody frame marriage in such a derogatory manner, and then if you submit, you're considered weak and stupid. And if you choose to be faithful, they dismiss you as being, that's out of date. And they consider this celebration of liberation from what? This is not liberation. This is wounded women redefining standards to justify pain, and then recruiting other women into that same confusion. Pain does not qualify someone to give guidance. Mothers, this part is non-negotiable. Your daughter does not learn womanhood from the internet first. She learns it from you. What you normalize becomes familiar for her. What you glamorize becomes desirable for her. What you excuse becomes acceptable to her. If chaos is modeled, chaos will be repeated. If disrespect is performed, disrespect is learned. You do not get to separate your personal behavior from your parental impact. Look at what's happening. All you got to do is look around. People are living one thing Putting on these public faces, and they're in the private lives, it's a mess.
Perfectly stated. Modern women are terrible. They're terrible. They, all of the above, all of the things that she talked about, modern women try to gaslight men into thinking men are getting a good deal by taking them on and paying for everything. But men know all too well now, based on experience, that all of this is a lie.
Women never, ever, ever leave a man and sulk and do nothing. They're going to someone else. Women can always find a guy. Okay, a woman will break up with you, you will break up with her, she can have a boyfriend the next day. Women will only leave a man if they've already lined someone else up. That is immutable. It's called monkey branching.
All women do monkey branch. They never let go of one man without having a grip on another man. As soon as they have a grip on another man, then they can let go of OG.
That's what women do who are single and looking for a man or want to spend time with a man. They want to book themselves up. So they will book 3 Tinder dates in one day. There's thirsty men everywhere. They're rich, they're poor, they drive nice cars, they have great jobs. Take my word for it. Take my word for it. Most of those guys have been orbiting for a while, and it's part of her box of dicks in her cell phone. You can count on that.
Women secretly want men who act like this. So there is a secret that women don't really talk about that much, and it's what they find attractive in men. If you ask a woman and she's being dishonest about what she finds attractive in men, she'll basically describe the simp or the guy that she would friend zone. That's who she would say. She was like, oh yeah, I want a guy that lets me know where I stand. He messages me. He tells me that he likes me. He buys me things. He wines me, dines me, does these things. He shows me that he cares. He can open up his emotions and talk about his emotions. But what they're describing, they're actually describing the guys that they friend zone. Because in movies and TV, you see a lot of guys that act like this, and they get the girl. And it kind of brainwashes society into thinking this is what they want. But when it comes down to it, when women actually date guys who act like that, who act kind of like desperate and needy, fighting for affection, they actually end up regretting. They regret it all the time. They need that guy who doesn't care, so they can fight for his attention. So when they date these kind of guys they describe, they always regret. Not regret. They may regret, but they actually end up rejecting those guys.
If you can't accept my lifestyle and my friends, then the wedding is off.
Is that your final decision, Maya? Because I do not play games with ultimatums.
It's not a game. I am going not to be a prisoner in this relationship just to make you feel secure.
A ring is a symbol of a lifelong vow. It is not a bargaining chip for every time you throw a tantrum.
I wasn't throwing a tantrum. I just wanted you to compromise for once instead of being so controlling.
You took it off to test my boundaries. You wanted to see if I would panic and beg you to wear it.
No, wait! I was just angry. I didn't mean it. Put it back on the table.
A high-value man's commitment is a one-time offer, Maya.